Hello there guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. We are now in Series 15 Horizon Holidays, which of course means a bunch of Christmas related challenges in the festival playlist, and of course the Christmas makeover for the map on Forza Horizon 5. We also have the return of the Horizon Secret Santa, so make sure that you are gifting cars via the Forzathon shop and the gift drop to make sure that we get the holiday tree outfit, but more importantly the new to Forza car, which will be the Lamborghini Cyan, for all of the global gifts sent there. So that is the second reward, so make sure that you are gifting away, whether it is to your friends or some random people. Send them gifts and show the love so that we can get them rewards by the end of the month. This week is the summer slash wet season of Forza Horizon 5 Horizon Holidays. There are 60 points available, and in this video we'll be working through all of the challenges in this week's festival playlist so you can get all of the individual rewards as well as the season rewards, and of course work towards your series rewards as well. Speaking of seasonal rewards, this week for 20 points we have the brand new to Forza Horizon 5 but previously seen in Horizon 4 AMC Javelin. I'm pretty sure that nobody's really interested in that apart from muscle car geeks. And then for 40 points we have the bit more exciting BMW E92 M3 GTS from 2010 using the 4-litre BMW V8. So they are this week's summer season rewards, which you can get by working through this week's festival playlist. And then of course we have the series reward, and you'll be able to work towards these across the whole month, that is for the 4 weeks. So for 80 points across the whole series we have the number 22 Extreme E. As you probably are aware, they are all the same but just have a different paint job, so it doesn't really matter if you get this. And then for 160 points we have the Ferrari California T, which I believe was first seen in Series 2 or Series 3 of Forza Horizon 5, so approximately just under a year. We first saw this car enter Horizon 5, and that is for 160 points across the whole series. The final thing I would like to mention before we get stuck into the summer challenges is that there is also another brand new car in the Series 15 which could have been unlocked prior to today once the update dropped, but is now available also across the series. So that is the 2022 Cupra Urban Rebel concept. So it's quite good that they've added Cupra in, because it might mean that we get some more Cupra cars in the future, like the Cupra Born, the Cupra Ateca, the Cupra Leon and stuff like that. Really cool cars. So this is of course a concept car, not really in production yet, however it is a very very cool track weapon. As you can see, it's in Track Toys, and so this car can be bought for 2 million credits from the auto show. However, if you play the game from today, that is the Thursday the 8th onwards in the series, wait maybe half an hour and the car will be gifted to you in the message centre. So I obviously came on to do today's video, and within around half an hour of me playing I got a message in the message centre allowing me to claim this car. So that is 2 ways that you can get the Cupra Urban Rebel concept. Let's start off the summer slash wet season festival playlist with the Forzathon events. Of course we have the Horizon Forzathon shop, which we can spend our Forzathon points on. We'll come back to that in a second. And of course the weekly Forzathon challenge and the daily Forzathon challenges. Firstly, we have the weekly Forzathon challenge, which this week is called Bubble Trouble. This will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist, as well as 80 Forzathon points or 160 Forzathon points if you own a La Casa Salguera house, which comes free with VIP and gets you double Forzathon points in any Forzathon related event, including Horizon Arcade. The car that you'll need for this Forzathon is the 1957 BMW iSetta 300 Export, and that will, once you've owned and drive that, it will complete the Chapter 1 bubble bath. But I would recommend that you keep it stock at first, because for Chapter 2 you need to make sure that it is stock. Micro Machine wants you to reach 55 miles an hour or 88.6 kilometers an hour at any speed trap in your BMW iSetta, obviously stock. So that is pretty much the top speed of the BMW iSetta. Minus a couple of miles an hour there. So make sure that your iSetta is stock. If for some reason you have it tuned, you remove the tune and then it still won't complete it, just buy another one from the auto show and then complete it. I would most recommend going to the speed trap on the highway, not the one at the end of the east side of the map, but on the west, just kind of above Mulehay. because that way you get a bit of the boost of the downhill, so you can get a bit of speed down on the downhill there, and hopefully you'll be able to achieve 55 mile an hour or 88.6 kilometers an hour. Now is the time that you're allowed to upgrade your BMW iSetter. So for Chapter 3 multitasking, you might want to download a tune, in which case I've created an A-class tune, or well, I already had it created. So if you want to search my gamertag Shylo 2017, you'll see an A-class tune. I don't know what it's called, but it's the only one that I've got shared. And that will allow you to complete these chapters more easily. So Chapter 3 wants you to earn 4 stars at any type of PR stunt, but also Chapter 4 Small Wonder wants you to earn 2 stars at danger signs, so you might want to combine them. You might want to go to a danger sign, get your 4 stars for Chapter 3, and then do another one to get your 2 stars for Chapter 4, so you'll have to do it maybe 3 times for that one, and then you can complete 2 chapters consecutively without having to change anything. That is the very simple Double Trouble Forzathon Weekly Challenge completed, so we can now move swiftly on to the daily challenges. So these pop up every day, one each day at 3:30 PM GMT, and they last for 7 days each. The first one is simply to send a gift drop to another player. As you can see, there is still well over 6 days to complete that at the time of recording. So very, very simple. All you need to do is send a gift drop via the gift drop feature or from the Horizon Wonderland, which is located in Muley, or Mulege, whatever you call it. If you want any help on any of these danger signs, I don't know where I got that from, daily challenges as they go through the week. If you think that they're bugged, you don't know what to do, let me know in the comments section, or you can message me on Discord or Xbox, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with these daily challenges. And of course we have the Horizon Forzathon shop. We always need to know what's in here. So firstly, for 600 Forzathon points, the Lotus Elise GT1. That is a couple of million credits in the auto show, and it is a very, very good A-class and S1 class car. So if you wanted to buy that, then I'd recommend buying it from the Forzathon shop. We also have some reindeer antlers. We have Jingle Bell's car horn. I think these are both 100 Forzathon points each. I'm not really sure why they're not the usual 75. A bit of a rip-off. Then we have the red nose face, whatever you want to call that, and we have for 400 Forzathon points the Porsche 911 GT2. I probably wouldn't spend 400 points on that because it is a bit quite cheap in the auto show, but completely up to you if you've got any Forzathon points spare. Now we can move on to the seasonal events section containing the trial, EventLab, PR Stunts and seasonal championships. For this section it'll be the longest section, so we better get stuck into it pretty quickly. First up then in the seasonal event section is the trial Make It Rain. Remember, this one, it is a co-op event, meaning that you'll be racing on a team of 6 versus a team of 6 driver tires, and your aim is to get as many points as possible and to get more points than the AI by overtaking them and thus getting more points. This is a team event, meaning that ramming your own teammates, wall riding and coming untuned are quite annoying things that you can do because you do have to work together, and if one or two people are doing the whole work for the whole team, then it can become a little bit frustrating. Of course, you do also need Xbox Live for this because it is a co-op online event, and you also need to have Hall of Fame unlocked. So if you don't have that, I've got a guide on my channel that you can go and use to unlock the Hall of Fame. And finally, for this one, it is a best of 3. So if you win the first 2, or it's basically first to 2, because it is a best of 3. For this week's trial, it will get you 10 points towards the festival playlist and a 1991 BMW M3, and the restriction is A-class super saloons on dirt racing. I do have a lot of super saloons tuned, however I've selected 2 of the best that are most capable at dirt racing. First of all, we have the 2013 Audi RS4 Avant. It is technically a road build, but it's suitable for dirt because it's on rally tyres and it's got plenty of power and plenty of grip. And then the better option of the 2 is easily the 2016 BMW M2 Coupe, purely dirt built, and also they do pay attention to the price there, which is quite interesting. So this is running rally tyres, it's running a 6.2 litre V8 and I believe an 8-speed gearbox, so the gears are quite short, meaning the acceleration is quite swift, and it can still do well over 150 miles an hour top speed wise, so it can keep up, and it's just incredibly easy to drive, incredibly fun to drive, and I guarantee that this will easily help you complete the trial. Next up, we have an EventLab feature from Fate FU1 Bliss, and it is called Fame and Fortune. I heard there's a private company looking for new races. Would that be something you're interested in? Well, to answer that question, you can go and complete it and see what you make of it. So it got you 3 points towards the festival playlist and a super wheel spin, and the restriction for this one is A-class modern sports cars. I can only assume that it will be on like tarmac or on some form of road texture, because it's modern sports cars. I don't really know why you'd make like cross country or dirt for sports cars, so therefore I'd assume that you'll need some road builds for this one. Again, I have quite a few suggestions for this one, so let's quickly whiz through. So we have the 2010 Audi TT RS, we have the 2015 Audi TTS, and 2018 Audi TT RS, the latter being available only to car pass owners. Then we have the 2008 BMW Z4M Coupe, moving along here. All the way along here we have the Lotus Exige S from 2012, and that is quite an OP car when tuned correctly. I'm not suggesting that my tune is either of those, however it is quite an average tune. And then finally, right at the end here, we have the 2013 Subaru BRZ. I chose this one, it is quite a purist build, but if you're wanting a purist build just to kind of cruise around in on the EventLab feature, then this is the one for you. Now we have ourselves the seasonal PR Stunts. There are only 2 of them this week, however they both require the same restriction and they are both exactly next to each other, meaning that you can complete 2 in 1, which is very handy, and it does also shorten the length of this video. So, the first one is the base jump danger sign, 2 points in the super wheel spin, and the restriction is S1900 Cupra Urban Rebel from 22. You already know how to get that from the start of the video. And then the next one is the escarpment speed trap, which requires the same restriction and gets you the same reward. Now if we take a look at the map, as you can see they are right next to each other. So if you start here, for example, you then get the speed trap, and then you carry on to the danger sign and land somewhere down here on this canyon road. So that is essentially what we're going to be doing, and the tune I'm going to be using is actually from SStephon, aka Stephen, so I'll leave his gamertag in the description. He made this tune last night, I believe, and I wanted to recommend it because it is quite a decent tune. However, bear in mind that it is on drag tyres, so when you are coming around this corner here, make sure that you don't give it a bit overkill and slide off down onto this road here, because that is quite likely to happen and you will die a painful death. Okay then, so let's give it a shot. I've fast travelled just down the road here, and we're just going to use the only tactic as usual as full sending it. So as you can see, the acceleration is absolutely incredible and the top speed is north of 230 miles an hour. So I'm going to quickly send it round here, try not to kill ourselves. We didn't make that one because of the understeer, and then we're just going to carry on regardless to this one, and hopefully get the restriction of 450 metres. Okay, and land. 522. So we completed 1 out of 2, which to be fair is quite the usual. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you actually get round the corner that I said you need to make sure you get round, and then you'll be able to complete the escarpment speed trap very easily. And in the end, it turns out it is actually possible, as long as you took your car in on the dirt section, lift off the throttle slightly and then get back on the throttle as you straighten out the corner, you'll be able to easily complete this with Stephen's tune. Now we have ourselves 3 seasonal championships, and remember for these ones, these can be completed solo or in co-op. So if you're completing them solo, at the start of the championship it will mark out all of the 3 races in that championship. Obviously you'll already be at the first one, and then there'll be 2 others that are plotted on the map, and they will change to kind of the white seasonal colour rather than the red seasonal colour, and you need to drive or fast travel to each of them races, complete all 3 of them, and at the end you need to have more points than the AI in the races. And if you're doing it in co-op, it'll work the same way as the trial, so it's a best of 3. You have to get more points than the driver tars by overtaking them. Very, very simple. The first seasonal championship is called Toys Under the Tree. I don't know about you, but this kind of rings a bell from the last December festival playlist. Maybe they did copy and paste that. I mean, it's not new for Forza really, it's not new for Playground Games, so it would not surprise me at all. But anyway, this will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and a Jaguar F-Type from 2015. And the restriction for this one is S1900 track toys on road racing. Okay then, so obviously you could start with the Cupra Urban Rebel from 2022, obviously with Stephen's tune. However, with it being on drag tyres, I probably wouldn't recommend it for a road racing championship. So moving on, we have the Dodge Viper ACR from 2016. That is Andrew/Dobber's tune, so I will leave his gamertag in the description for you. And we have the Ford Shelby GT350R, that is my tune, one of the first tunes I created on the game actually, but still going strong with nearly 800 horsepower. Then moving along here, we also have the McLaren 620R from 21, again my tune but only available to car pass owners. The McLaren 765 LT, a very similar build to the other McLaren but on rally tyres, and that is exclusive, so if you didn't get that car when it is available in the festival playlist, you'll not be able to use it. And that is it for the track toys. Next up for the championships is the Yule the Boss Seasonal Championship Dirt Racing, 5 points towards the festival playlist, and the reward being a 2013 Audi RS4, and the restriction for this one is B-Class Modern Rally. Of course, for this one, with it being Modern Rally or Retro Rally, you always seem to see the two types of cars pop up, and it's Mitsubishi versus Subaru, aka Evo versus Impreza. So first of all, the 2004 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 8. That is it was a danger sign build, so it hasn't got any aero on it, but it does have a very good top speed. For the most balanced build, I would say, is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 from 2008, because it has a decent amount of horsepower, but also a decent amount of grip from the full off-road race tyres. And then you could also use the 05 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. That one is running stock tyres, so it does kind of suffer from a bit of grip issue. However, still very fun to drive, and again, one of my first tunes in the game, so still going strong, and that's good to hear. And to wrap up the championships and indeed the seasonal section, we have the Not So Silent Night Seasonal Championship, which is street racing, and the reward for this is 5 points towards the festival playlist and a TVR Griffith from 2018, and restriction is S1 class modern supercars. Just a couple of these for me to suggest to you today, and they are the 2017 Ford GT using my lovely USA livery, so if you want to download that as well, that'd be greatly appreciated. Obviously we have the massive bench on the back there that is providing all the downforce for the Ford GT. We also have some incredible braking, launch and acceleration. Then moving along the line, we have the Lamborghini Huracan Evo from 2020, only available to car pass owners, but a very, very fun car to drive, and actually the Forza wing doesn't look too bad on this car. Then moving along, we have the Nissan GT-R R35 Black Edition from 2012, using my Japan livery. Again, download that if you want to support my designs. So that is a really fun car to drive. And finally, the Noble M600, probably the strongest car of the ones I've just suggested. And it really grippy, really fun to drive, and it is a purist build with rear wheel drive, and I believe it's on full slick tyres, so very, very fun there. All of them are my tunes. Next up, we have a quite short challenges section for the week, containing the Treasure Hunt Photo Challenge and Horizon Open Challenge. First up is the treasure hunt called Driving Season. This will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and once you smash through the treasure chest, you'll get yourself 100 Forzathon points to spend in this week's Forzathon shop, or of course you can save them for future Forzathon shops if they are any better throughout the series. So the treasure clue for this week is drive home for the holidays in a famously green manufacturer. So as pictured in the thumbnail for this challenge here, we have a Aston Martin Vantage in the British Racing Green. Of course, the car manufacturer that you were looking for is Aston Martin, hence the famously green manufacturer, and you just need to drive 5 miles in any Aston Martin, but if it doesn't work for any Aston Martin, then of course switch to the 2013 Aston Martin Vantage S as pictured in there. The reason it's 5 miles, I don't really know why, but I watched Steve Earle's video and he seemed to think that it was 5 miles. So head over to the highway, drive up and down. I think you do one full length and then maybe kind of half a mile the other way, and then that should be completed by the time you have done that. If it doesn't pop up for whatever reason, just keep driving or switch things around, and hopefully eventually it will pop up saying the treasure challenge has completed. I will now go ahead and do exactly that, and then I will show you exactly where the treasure chest is located. Firstly, we'll look at the circle that pops up, similar to the way that Barnfind works, and then we will go exactly to the location, and I'll show you where the treasure chest is located. So at which point, if you do not want it to be spoiled for you, either go ahead and find it yourself, or skip about 30 seconds in the video, so that you don't get it spoiled for yourself. Okay, so once you have driven pretty much one length of the highway in your Aston Martin, you'll be able to see that the treasure challenge is complete, and this circle will pop up on your map. Similar to the way that barn finds work, the treasure chest will be located somewhere in the circle, and you have to go ahead and find it, and in this case smash it rather than just drive up to it. Okay, so that is the circle. Then if you head back to your festival playlist, you'll see that the icon has changed on the treasure chest to show a kind of a glimpse of where the treasure chest is located. So you can see that behind it is some Christmassy decorations and then kind of a dome. So you would assume that this could be in the centre of the village, because we're in the Playa Azul area. So somewhere in the centre of the village, where there's kind of a bit of a market or something like that. So what I'll do now is I'll drive right the way up to it and show you exactly where it's located. So again, spoiler alert, look away now if you do not want to see it. Okay, so I've headed down into the centre of Playa Azul and I've found the exact location of this chest. So as you can see, there is the dome and Christmas decorations, in which you can see in the updated thumbnail picture. And then heading on the map, you can see that it is in between these two main roads here. So kind of in between the fork, near the middle, in the hub of kind of the Playa Azul village. You can see all the decorations around. All you need to do is head up and smash in the chest to get 100 Forzathon points and 3 points towards the festival playlist. Next up is the photo challenge #hide and seek, which wants you to photograph the snowman at the Casa Bella Player House in Mulegé. This will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a sleigh bells car horn. For this one, what you'll need to do is filter to player houses on your map, head down to Mulegé just below the highway at the west here, and you'll see the Casa Bella house. It is that pink house that you see when you drive on the dirt section. Then all you need to do is go here and find the snowman, which is located on the balcony. You can actually see it kind of somewhere on there. And then you'll need to take a picture of that. You don't need to take a picture of your car, you just need to take a picture of the snowman to complete this week's photo challenge. Okay, so because you don't need to take a picture of your car, you can open up photo mode, dump your car, and then you'll head over round the back here. So you can see this is where you drive in from the dirt road, and then immediately to your left you'll see the snowman on the balcony here. If we zoom in a bit, we can see that he is kind of just tucked behind there. I thought he might be glitching through the railings. All I need to do is hit A to take the photo, and you'll see the tick pop up there, photograph the snowman, and that is the photo challenge completed. Obviously you don't get anything towards Horizon promo because there is no car involved in the photo. The final challenge in the challenges section of the Summer Festival playlist is Horizon Open Season's Greetings, which simply wants you to earn 3 clean start skills in Horizon Open Racing, which will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a holiday sweater clothing reward. All you need to do for this one is head over to Horizon Open in your pause menu in an online section, and then enter any racing event, whether it be normal Horizon Open or custom racing, and then essentially when you start the race, just as long as you don't collide into things or collide into any other cars, and then hopefully you'll get a clean racing skill after around 30 seconds. If you do that in 3 consecutive races, then you'll get 3 clean start skills, or sometimes you can even get like great start skill, ultimate start skill, etc. If you manage to keep it clean for the first kind of minute of the race. So that is how you can easily get 3 clean start skills. Now we have our 4th of 5 sections in this festival playlist, which is the monthly events. As suggested by the name, these last across the month, so you don't have to complete them in this summer season. You can complete them in any of the other seasons, even if you leave it till the last week, and it will add the points onto each of the seasons. So these monthly challenges both have 4 points. That is 4 points towards the series. Then that gets divided by 4 to dish it out across the weeks. So you'll get 1 point added on to each week's festival playlist total, and 4 points added onto your series total for each of them. So 8 in total and 2 each week for completing both of them. So like I said, you don't have to complete them now, but I'll quickly go through them. So both of them are Rivals events. One of them is the standard monthly Rivals, and one of them is the Forza EV Rivals. So of course for this one you're using the limo, and this one you're using the new Cupra Urban Rebel, which we've spoken about a couple of times in this video, so you already know what it is. And for both of them you just need to post a clean lap to complete, so make sure that you're not hitting walls, not using rewind, and not missing checkpoints. That way you'll hopefully be able to get a clean lap. If your lap has an exclamation mark next to it, that means it is dirty or flagged. You'll probably notice that pop up throughout the map if you do one of them things I've just mentioned. So if that happens, you just need to go around again and post a clean lap, and then you can hit quit. Just to avoid any confusion, you don't have to beat your rival, so if you want to, you can drive around really slowly, get your clean lap, and then back out, and it will still complete it in the festival playlist. And finally, to wrap up the Summer Festival playlist, we have the Hot Wheels events, obviously only available to those who own the Hot Wheels expansion, and if you're still wanting to go for the 100% achievement but you don't own the Hot Wheels expansion, it will take that into account by looking at your Microsoft Store kind of details, and it will minus them points from your total. So if you complete everything else apart from the Hot Wheels events because you can't complete them, then you'll still be able to get the 100% achievement. So first up is the Frozen Rush Speed Zone, 2 points in the Super Wheel Spin and S2 class anything goes. The only car I'm really going to suggest for this is the Hoonigan RS200. It can pretty much complete any PR stunt on the main map and Hot Wheels, and it's pretty much ideal for ice, as you can see, suggested by the name and the picture there. And the seasonal championship for the Hot Wheels is called Melting the Ice. It is on hazard events. It'll get you 5 points towards your festival playlist and a Porsche 944, and the restriction for this one is S1 class modern muscle. I've created an off-road / ice capable tune for the 2018 RTR Mustang Spec 5 Ford. So if you want to download that, it's shared under my gamertag Shylo 2017. It's using rally tyres, off-road suspension, and quite a lot of power, exactly 1000 horsepower actually. And I've tested it on the main map and it is really, really good. So if you want to use it, then that is the tune I'm suggesting for this championship. And that just about wraps up today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support. If you want to see more of these videos in the future, then of course do consider subscribing to the channel and let me know of any improvements that you might want me to make, or any things that you might want me to add in or take out, or whatever. If you want to hear more about some of the upcoming videos that I've got planned for the channel, check out my most recent post. It's quite a long one, so if you want to just skim through it rather than reading it in detail, then just make sure that you answer the poll question as to how you want the videos to be laid out, and I won't say any more because I'll leave it for you to read the poll. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will hopefully see you next week for the autumn / storm season festival playlist, where we've got the Plymouth Fury. And for now, I hope you enjoy completing the first week of the Horizon Holidays series. Bye.